We were so moved to see life here in India, the poverty of the people, many sleeping by the side of the road in the dirt, and then the children, beggar children. That moved us deeply. So we finally said, Bruno Gröning is needed here in India to really help the people. And then we have India.
In 2006, there are communities in more than 70 countries in which the Bruno Gröning Friends meet regularly for community hours. Grete Häusler, the leader of the Circle of Friends, travels untiringly in order to make people around the world more aware of Bruno Gröning's teaching and establish new communities. In January of 2006, she travels to India to visit the Friends there. Her visit there is greeted positively by the local governmental authorities of Gujarat. She is warmly received by various political representatives in great recognition of herself and the Circle of Friends. First, she is received by the Speaker of the Gujarat Legislative Assembly, Professor Mangatbhai Patel, in his office at the State Parliament of Ahmedabad.
We are happy that healings occur through the teaching of Bruno Gröning.
Es freut mich sehr, dass Sie Interesse für Bruno Gröning haben und mich als Leiterin des Freundeskreises einladen.
It enjoys me very much that you have basically an interest in the Bruno Gröning and his teaching, and that you invited us this morning.
2 days after her reception by the Speaker of the Parliament, Grete Häusler has her next official appointment. This time she's invited to the palace of the Governor of Gujarat, Nawal Kishore Sharma. The Governor warmly receives Grete Häusler and the Circle of Friends with great courtesy and goodwill.
I have little time in my life, because I'm nearing the end of my life. I have entered 81 years of my age.
Mrs. Häusler also 84.
Ja, das hat mich eigentlich am meisten erstaunt, wie ich das. That's what amazed me the most. It was different to what I've seen in Germany. That public authorities, even the government leaders, are so open to spiritual subjects, especially to Bruno Gröning. And this is through Mr. Joshi. He was director of the Mass Communications Department and Adult Education at the University of Surat. And he has contacts in all the universities.
Hat Kontakte zu allen Universitäten. Man ist also so offen hier in Indien.
People are so open here in India, even officials, so that even governmental representatives are immediately interested in our written material about Bruno Gröning and read the reports about him. That is something we can't quite imagine in Germany yet.
Und das ist etwas, was bei uns noch nicht so vorstellbar ist.
On January the 30th, 2006, the Governor visits a UN conference in Gandhinagar. Nawal Kishore Sharma is the Governor of over 60 million Indians in the state of Gujarat. During the ceremony, Governor Sharma, as representative of the UN, presents Grete Häusler with an award honouring her commitment to the teaching of Bruno Gröning and world peace.
First, Mrs. Grete Häusler. She is International Awardee for Excellence in Bruno Gröning Teaching and World Peace. She is awarded for her outstanding contribution and dedication to science.
Grete Häusler has been honoured for her work in similar fashion several times in India, as well as in other countries, for example in Russia, Sri Lanka, Indonesia and China. In Peru, she was named as honored guest of the city of Trujillo for her work on behalf of public health. When Grete Häusler visits India in January 2006, Bruno Gröning's prophecy had long been fulfilled. As in other countries, there are also dozens of communities of the Bruno Gröning Circle of Friends in India. Here, Grete Häusler visits a community at a teacher's training college near Gandhinagar.
Ich wünsche Ihnen eine gute, von Gott gesegnete Stunde mit uns.
I wish you a good, from God blessed community with us.
मैं ईश्वर से प्रार्थना करती हूँ ईश्वर के आशीर्वाद आपकी कमेंट को मिले।
There have been communities in India since the mid-90s. Manfred Fortmann, who accompanies Grete Häusler on her trips, remembers the beginnings.
Es begann alles damit, dass ein Inder, der in Deutschland lebt, ein Herr
It all began with an Indian man who lived in Germany, a Mr. Agrawal, who spoke to Mrs. Häusler and asked her if it would be possible for the Circle of Friends to become active in India and to make contact with his relatives there. At first, Mrs. Häusler had reservations because there are already so many spiritual groups and masters and healers here in India. So she had reservations. But then, the first visit took place, and I was there as well. We were so moved to see life here in India, the poverty of the people, many sleeping by the side of the road in the dirt, and then the children, beggar children. That moved us deeply. So we finally said, Bruno Gröning is needed here in India to really help the people.
For a number of years now, conferences have taken place regularly in several regions of India, as we see here in Gandhinagar in January 2006. At these conferences, the friends do Einstellen together to absorb the Heilstrom, share their experiences with the teaching of Bruno Gröning, and listen to success reports. The country leader for the Circle of Friends in India at this time is Professor Nanubai Joshi.
Yeah, it's a historical event for me that I came in contact with the Circle of Friends. You were there, Mrs. Häusler was there, and it was the International Congress on Alternative Medicine. But I was with Bruno Gröning Circle of Friends all the time.
Yes, I remember. And also Mr. Kamp was with us.
Yeah, Kamp.
And we had some lectures, and you visited all the lectures. I remember, very nice. That was the first time that we met, yes. Mm-hmm.
Then I requested you to come to Gujarat.
Yes,
and sometime after I got the mail and phone that you were coming to India.
Yes.
And from Bombay, you came to Gujarat, Surat.
Yes.
And we did 3 international lectures to the start.
Es war zunächst schwierig, die Gemeinschaften in Indien zu entwickeln.
At first, it was difficult to develop the communities in India. And then things only really changed when Mr. Joshi came to the Circle of Friends. And sometime later, he also received a great healing. He was quite burdened with diabetes, with extremely high sugar levels, often over 500. And he had to keep to a very strict diet.
Und musste da auch strenge Diät einhalten.
I was invited for the Youth Week in Berlin. Before that, I was highly diabetic, you know. My joints were paining, my eyes were very weak, my teeth also very weak. And my physical situation, very bad. But during the youth week, during the 3 days, I was feeling very fine, very light, pleasant. And I started to eat sweet also, ice cream also. But I could not check diabetes. But after that, I have to visit the Oxford, University of Oxford. And during my visit to England, I stayed with the Indian doctor and he checked my diabetes. It was 155 or 60. It was a miracle for me. Last 15 years it was not there. With the help of insulin also it was sometime 500, 540. I was extremely medically abnormal case. But I got healing during the Berlin Youth Week. It's a historical event for me and I'm very thankful to Bruno Gröning.
Professor Nanubai Joshi opens many doors in India to universities, professors, politicians and other public personalities such as Dr. Priya Ranjan Trivedi, the leader of the Green Party in India, who is also a community leader in the Circle of Friends.
Our leader in North India, Delhi, Trivedi ji, from Bruno Gröning Circle of Friends.